Hey, how you doing today, Isaiah?
Good.
Good. You got some books there you're reading for your independent reading?
Mhm.
So how'd you pick those books?
I picked one out of my tub, and then I got one hard one, and I'm gonna try to read some of it and see if I can read it.
So you want to see if it's a just right book for you? You're trying a different book that you're not sure you're gonna check out. Okay. So which one do you think is your just right book?
This one.
This one? Okay. So how would you know if that's a just right book for you?
Because I picked it out of a kind of an easy tub and a kind of a tricky tub.
Okay. Sometimes though, even if it's in a tub, sometimes it might be in the wrong place. So what would you have to ask yourself when you read this to know if this book, even if it was in the right tub that you thought was the right tub for you? Maybe you got it at the library, Willard Library. What would you have to ask yourself to know if this was a just right book for you? Do you remember?
There's no hard words in it.
Okay.
And I like it. And
Did you forget the third thing? That's okay, we're still working on this. So you're right, yep, we want to be able to read all of the words really quickly and easily. We want to like the book, right? Because nobody wants to read a book that's not fun for us. And we want to make sure that the book makes sense to us. We really understand what's happening. So why don't you read me a little bit of this book and let's see if we can answer those questions.
Okay.
What's this book called again?
Angry Birds Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah, just start right there.
Who is that hiding under a hood? It is the evil pig lord, Girth Swindle. He has lots of nasty secrets. Swindle waits to rule the galaxy and eat all the candy and junk food. His snout is good for smelling out food.
So what are you thinking so far?
It's kinda easy, and I know some of the words, and I think it's kind of a just right book. It's kind of too easy, but I can read it.
So you can read all of the words quickly and easily?
Mm-hmm.
Does this book making sense to you so far? We haven't read very much of it. Sometimes you have to read a little more to make sure. And is this a book you think you would like? So far this looks like it might be a just right book for you. Okay. So you had another one you weren't too sure about. So let's try a little bit of this and see if it's a just right book for us too. What was this one called? You always want to start with their title.
Masters of Spin Justin.
I think that's his name.
Meet the team. As the sun rose over Ninja, your young Ninja pulled a wagon up a tall mountain. They were on a cliff. To find this is a hard book.
So why do you think so?
Because it's not in my tub.
But even if it was in your tub, maybe someone put it. Because sometimes we don't have tubs. Not everywhere we go is going to have a tub, right? So how would you know if you picked this somewhere else, in your classroom, at the library, what's telling you that this isn't a just right book?
If I know the words.
Do you know the words?
Not all of them.
Yeah, we want to know all of them. Every now and then there might be a word here and there in a book, but for the most part, to have a just right book, to really practice and enjoy, we know all of them. And is it making sense to you so far?
Mm-mm.
So sometimes we don't know the words and it doesn't make sense. Do you think this is a book that you would like?
Yeah, but it's too hard.
Yeah, so you have one of the three, but we understand that all three things, that you can read the words easily and quickly, the book makes sense, and you like the book, all three have to be a yes in order to know it's a just right book, right? So what would you do with this book if you picked this book out at the library or class? What would you do with that book now?
I would probably put it back. First I'd look at words to see if it's a Just Right book, and if it's not, I'd put it back.
You could read it with someone else too, right? If it's not Just Right book, like your family could read it with you, and you can know that's a goal of a book you're looking for. So one more thing before we finish here. Last year you worked really hard on finding Just Right books, and what did you learn about reading Just Right books? What happened when you switched from reading books that were too hard to Just Right books? Because you kind of used to pick different books, right? And then you started working hard at picking Just Right books. And what happened for you when you did that?
When I picked hard books, it kind of made me go down because I kept picking hard books and I couldn't read them. And then I started picking books from the tub that I'm supposed to, and then I could actually read the book.
And then what happened after that when you started doing that for some few weeks? What happened?
I moved up 4 levels.
In a real short amount of time, right? Yeah, so what did you learn about that then?
That I don't want to pick out hard books anymore.
Yeah, and you'll get there, right? Okay, all right, so I made you this bookmark that you can keep it with your book in case you forget about those 3 things, because you're still kind of thinking about how to use this, right? So there you go. Thanks for reading with me today.